Hey guys, Mark here. Well, we're here today again at Crescent Honda here in the south of England, and we're reviewing the absolutely stunning 2021 Honda CB1000R. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Let's have a look around this amazing 2021 CB1000R. This is kindly loaned to me by the guys at Crescent Honda here in Southampton in the south of England. So this is the black edition. So basically everything's kind of anodized black. It's a beautiful, the fit and finish is absolutely fantastic on this. And this is coming in at £13,099. Comes with the seat hump and the quick shifter as well. And the base model on this comes in at £11,649. So let's just run through and talk about the specifications of this amazing Super Naked. So it's got a 998cc liquid cooled double overhead cam inline 4, producing absolutely tons of low end torque. Very, very smooth engine. Fantastic Super Naked. These have got 8,000 mile service intervals, which is really good. But just looking around the bike, you know, the build quality and attention to detail is absolutely exquisite. Haven't seen anything this good for a while. 143 horsepower at 10,500 RPM. 104 newton meters of torque at 8,250 RPM. Fuel consumption on these, Honda are quoting 17 kilometers a litre or 48 miles per gallon UK. 6-speed transmission on this. This one comes with the quick shifter. Got 830mm seat height. Quite tall, but it's nice and narrow across there, so you can get your legs down quite easily. Have a look at me on the bike. I'm 5'7" tall with a 30-inch inside leg. You can see I can get my feet down quite well. Tyres on these, got a 120 on the front and a 190 on the rear, and these are Michelin Power 2CT. I must admit that's a very, very smart looking tread pattern there. So we've got a 5-inch TFT, which looks fantastic. Got Honda smartphone voice control, ride-by-wire throttle. Got 3 riding modes: standard, rain and sport, and a user customizable mode as well. We've got Showa, separate function big piston forks, providing excellent damping and handling. Got a beautiful single-sided swing arm on these. You can really not see the beauty of this. I mean, the machining is fantastic on this bike. 4-piston radial mounted calipers, twin discs, Tokico calipers, very, very strong brakes on this. All LEDs all round. Got a USB socket, self-cancelling indicators, which is nice. And these come in red, black and silver. That's metallic black. And this is the black edition. I'm sure you agree guys, that's one of the best, in my eyes, looking super nakeds out there. Absolutely stunning. Okay, let's do the test ride. Right then, CB1000R test ride. Okay, so it's pretty easy to flip your leg over, quite light off the side stand, that's nice, and I'm only 5'7", 30-inch inside leg. I can pretty much get my feet flat to the floor, so it's nice. It doesn't really feel that heavy at all, but God, when you sit on this, what hits you is the finish of this bike. It's like uber premium. I mean, like the machining here, all the quality, it's just out of this world. Show you that little dash. So you've got all your passing lights here, mode button, function, scroll button, horn, turn indicators, hazards and engine start. Here we go. We've got a span adjustable brake lever and a non-span adjustable clutch, cable clutch. And cool, doesn't it sound good? Wow, even with that standard Euro 5 exhaust. Right, away we go. So very smooth take up on the clutch, nice and early, I like that. Cool, the first thing that hits you as you pull away on this is how premium it feels. The engine is just silky smooth. It's got that lovely Honda build quality. Feels really solid. Okay, so we're just out on the open road now, running through the CB1000R. So we'll just start with the mirrors. I can see quite a lot of view of my elbows. Mirrors are very clear. There's no vibrations at all through them. So all in all, you can see okay behind, just quite a lot of my elbows. So the TFT on this is absolutely fantastic. I love the TFT rev counter. That's just really novel. I think that's brilliant. All the switch gear, it's all very tactile. There's a lot going on here on the left console, but you soon get used to it. No problems at all with that. The riding position, so it's quite an interesting one this. If you've ridden something like a Tuono before, it's a bit similar to that. It's quite aggressive, you're slightly leant over the tank, wide bars, but generally on the whole it's very comfortable, nice sort of commanding position. It's quite a tall bike, you get a good view over all the hedges. The pegs are slightly up and slightly back, but not too sporty, quite comfortable actually. And my knees are just below the sort of tank there. They're in the tank, but they're lower, sort of just low from the tank, quite low down. Seat comfort, I've been on this bike now for about an hour, no number whatsoever. It does feel quite firm, but as I say, firm can sometimes be comfortable. Sometimes if a seat is too plush, you can get uncomfortable. So seat is absolutely fine for me. Right, so we're nice and straight, nothing behind. We'll try full front brakes. Wow, absolutely knockout brakes. I'd say they're pretty much as good as Brembo. Very impressive. So we're second gear now, wide open throttle. Wow. As you would imagine, 1000cc, 140 horsepower, absolute knockout performance. But with this engine, it's really got amazing low-end drive, fabulous mid-range. If you've ridden something like a Triumph Speed Triple RS, it's that kind of performance. Beautiful pull from low end. I have tried all the riding modes. I'm currently in Sport, which gives you full power.
Standard is a little bit less power, a bit more engine braking and a bit more traction, and rain is a bit less power and more engine braking and a bit more traction and a bit more relaxed throttle. But even in sport mode now, it's not really snatchy at all. It's just instant throttle. If you watch my wrist there, twist and go. It's not like overly snatchy or anything. So sport mode is fine. Right, we'll just try a bit of roll on. Slow this right down to 30. Right, so we'll just check for any fueling irregularities, hunting or surging, just to simulate being in town. So here we are, top gear, 6th gear, 30 miles an hour, just under 2,000 revs, totally seamless drive, knife into butter smooth, no hunting or surging in the fueling, that's nice. So if you did have to do some town work, just feathering the clutch now, down to 20 miles an hour, 4th gear. It's all very easy on the throttle, very, very light. So if you had to commute a bit on this, absolutely fine. So 4th gear, winding it open, pulls really strong. Whoa, hang on, whoa. Fabulous. So let's talk about the quick shifter now. So I'm in 6th gear now, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Super smooth on the quick shifter, 5 stars to that. Apologies for all this fog today. It was supposed to be sunny, but it hasn't cleared off yet. So handling wise on this bike, it's one of its standout features, to be honest. It feels so planted. The ride quality is exceptional. The Showa big piston front forks give fantastic feedback, and the bump management is excellent. The bike itself feels beautifully weighted and poised around the corners. Oh, and those Michelin Pilot tyres are absolutely fantastic. Oh, going into pea soup now. Shame there's no cruise control on this, but there you go. Let's try this bend. Oh, this is fun. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels really light and flickable. Back brake's got a nice bite to it. Yeah, this is a really good fun bike. So I took the GSXS 1000 Suzuki out a couple of weeks ago. That's a bit more raw. This is a bit more kind of premium feeling and a little bit smoother. So vibration wise, we're at 5,000 revs now. On the whole, generally very smooth. There's a tiny little buzz coming through the bars, but very, very smooth generally. It's just this engine performance is fantastic. So just in 3rd gear now, winding the power on. Oh, doesn't it go? The quick shifter is fabulous on it. Right, we're just coming onto a motorway now just to see how the CB1000R fares at higher speeds for cruising. Vibration and stability and wind blast and that. So we're in 6th gear, indicated 70. Just over 4,000 revs, so very, very relaxed for higher speed cruising. Wind blast, obviously the wind blast is a naked bike, but it's quite steady. I'm just leaning against the wind blast, no real issues. I can probably put up with this for about an hour, but then it'll probably get a bit tiring. As you can imagine, there's masses of roll-on power at this speed. So we're just about 5,000 revs now, 6th gear. There's a tiny amount of vibes coming through the foot pegs, a little bit through the bars, nothing through the seat. But all in all, 95% smooth, very, very impressive. Feels very, very planted. The whole chassis of this bike is so well set up. Front and rear suspension, the stability, the tyres, it all works really well together, providing it really gives a good riding experience. So open the throttle a bit, very, very instantaneous throttle. We're in sport mode at the moment. Let's just slow it down a bit. 65, it's a bit more relaxing, a bit less wind blast. 4,000 revs. Virtually no vibrations at this speed. So all in all, guys, CB1000R, I would say it's fine for higher speed cruising. Smooth and stable, very nice. Catch you in a bit. So just for a change, guys, I'm just in the contraflow now, 50 mile an hour average cameras, so just going to cruise along now. Just going to sum up this bike. Very, very impressed with it. I mean, the build quality, the fit and finish, all the little detailings on it is first class. Probably about best in its class, I would say. The engine is very, very potent. It's not the most powerful. You probably could call it the friendliest, should we say, of super nakeds. Loads and loads of bottom end punch and mid-range, more than enough power. Brakes are absolutely eye-popping, pretty much Brembo standards, I would say. The ride quality, yeah, big shout out to that. The Showa front forks, big piston, excellent feedback, really nice sporty handling, but not too kind of sharp, not too firm, just nice really. The TFT is an absolute work of art. Hope you can see that all right. I mean, now you can barely hear the engine, but when you open it up, it makes a really good roar from down below from the airbox. So sound wise, as a standard Euro 5 bike, very, very good. So I've now been on this bike for about 2 hours, and the seat is still fine and comfortable. You do sort of sit on the bike, it's quite tall, but all in all, very, very nice. Nice wide bars with a little bit of lean forward to sort of give you that aggression. Fantastic handling round the twisties. No faults there at all. Nicely weighted, not too light and frisky and not too heavy to make it cumbersome for pushing around, just right, that nice kind of middle ground really. Sport mode obviously is the most aggressive, but if you watch my hand, look, it's just a nice roll on. It's not snatchy, so if people say that the throttle is snatchy, I haven't found it at all snatchy. Very happy with sport. Let's put it into standard. So standard's just knock the power off a bit, giving it more traction and engine braking. It's a little bit softer on the throttle. Stick it into rain. So we've got less power now, lots of engine braking and maximum traction control. And there you go, yeah, the power's quite soft now. But all in all, guys, an excellent super naked, very, very impressive. Certainly a nice bike to park up and admire. So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay guys, let's just wrap this up and have a final walk round. So you have a look at that fantastic TFT screen.
I do love that little rev counter. So amazing sound for that Euro 5 engine. So little side stand just tucked under the foot peg there. Quite thin but does the job. See what it's like off the side stand. Very, very light off the side stand. That's nice for a big 1000cc. Easy to push around in your garage. That's all good. Right, let's have a look around this exquisitely built motorbike. It's just all the attention to detail. I mean, like here on the swing arm, fabulous looking tyre tread. I really like that. Little hugger there. It's all this sort of machining. It's just absolutely fantastic. Quick shifter on this one. Super strong Tokico 4-piston caliper brakes. Really good. So these stay on. LEDs all round. All the machining here, it's fabulous. Must admit, it's probably one of the nicest super nakeds I think I've seen in terms of looks. So I reviewed the GSXS Suzuki 1000 a few weeks ago, and that's pretty much the same power, a little bit more raw. This is more kind of a premium feel, should we say? But then again, it's another £2,000 more money. But there you go, guys. Have you got one of these CB1000s? Thinking about getting one? I think if I was in the market for a super naked, I would be considering one of these. That's absolutely fantastic. Alright guys, well as always, please post your comments down below, give me a like, share and subscribe. Catch you all again in a week or two for another review. Mark signing off. All the best guys. Bye for now.